Hello everybody and welcome back to another week of Ruin King, a League of Legends story. I'm starting up the title screen this time because I wanted to show you guys. It says we're getting pretty freaking close to the end, 89% story completion. So I know last week I said you can't really get a whole lot out of that because there's side stuff and you don't really know how long a percentage takes. But we're getting to the end. Go ahead and load this file. I did go ahead and set up the team already, so you don't have to. I'm not gonna like cut out and start later. I went with basically my favorites, the ones I've had the most success with, because I feel like this might just be like the last team, because I don't know, like I said, how long it's gonna take us to beat it since we're this close, and how hard things are getting. But I have Alawi, Ari, and Misfortune. Alawi I have set up to be an actual tank. I put her back on her Shadow Tide Isle because I give a ton of defenses. I lose a lot of damage, honestly, like a lot of damage, but the defenses I really needed, because if I take this off, I only have like 500 in each. I didn't think that'd be enough. This is just her best armor. Turns out that I went to try to buy more like trinkets of higher levels for like tanks, and there just really isn't a lot. Like a lot of the higher tier stuff is just damage or other stats, like no defensives at all. So like the best ring is Zonia's ring for defensives. Vengeance Veil is like it's pretty up there. Like 24 is not that low right now. So I like this one a lot. And these together, since they both give a chance to get a shield, should be pretty sweet. I imagine we'll be seeing a lot of shield on Alawi. And then Innovating Locket I like a lot just because the regen, and it just gives a lot of health, because she's got 15,000 health right now, which is pretty good. Her runes, I have it to where I maxed out her stamina as much as possible, give her 20% physical magic defense, but she gets an extra 12% more stamina from her mastery perks. So like she's got a ton of health. And then I maximized her healing as much as I could, but also while giving her passive heals. Like I have it to where we heal at the end of combat, because I really like having that. And then I made it to where when she falls to 30% maximum, which is still pretty big, because like she's got 15,000 health, right? Half of that is like 7,000. So if she's at 30%, she's gonna be at like 4,000 health, which is still like, that's like almost as much as Ari and Misfortune have at all. So like, yeah, but she'll get a big regen once she drops below. She begins with the Tentacle active because that's just great. Increases power of heals, and that's her runes. She gets a bit of attack power. Oh, we have the boon that gives max health, which would actually work really well with Alawi. And as far as abilities go, maxed out her taunt. Pretty normal. I almost went with this cleanse debuff thing, but I don't really taunt in reaction to debuffs. Like I don't really want to start taunting just because of debuffs. So I just kept it as where she gets overcharged for attack, higher chance of tentacles, and taunts for next turn. Made it to where she takes a little bit less physical damage if she taunts, or if she blocks, because she has less physical damage right now, or physical defense for magic defense. Made it so she heals for 50 health per tentacle each time she hit, because like honestly, like the damage is nice, but I just want her to live. I want her to be able to take every attack possible. So healing, and let's say I have 5 tentacles, maybe even 6 if I took that rune. That's 250 to 300 health per hit. Sometimes that's more than the hit itself if they're like a ton of small hits. Recently though, they're freaking half healthing tanks, so it won't be that crazy, but it'll be nice. And then guarantee spawn a tentacle, so that'll like, if she does get multi-hit, we're just gonna max out her tentacles immediately. But also, she gets health, more tentacles. It works nicely. And yeah, I did actually go with the max tentacles from 6 to 5 this time. instead of spawning more like turn-wise, because I have so many things that spawn tentacles right now in her kit. Like this getting max, like guaranteeing tentacles. This has a 50% chance every time you get hit, take a tentacles. Like she's gonna get hit a bunch. So like, ton of tentacle spawning. So I have 6 to 5, which will help with healing per tentacle. I have it to where she heals the most wounded ally every time a tentacle strikes, which will be good because I want everyone to stay alive, because last time we had issues with AoE attacks happening and we just didn't have any way to keep Pyke and Yasuo alive. And then she also starts with 3 tentacles, which I think is going to be so great, especially with the rune that gives us 1. So we start with 4, we can have a max of 6. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And everything else is pretty normal. Like, man, it guarantees tentacle spawn, heals for damage, and does a little bit more damage. I thought about getting the healing thing, but honestly, I think she's got enough healing increases. And then I gave it to her. This is a chance to spawn a tentacle, because I don't want it to take a long time to cast. So there we go. That's another chance of tentacles. Speed lane cleanses debuffs. I really did want to have some debuff cleanses. So this was, I was really happy to see this. Increased healing would be nice, but I honestly think it's fine how much it heals already. And then I can power lane and revive somebody, so I don't have to waste any more potions. This is also really strong, but I think the revive is very good to have, especially on a very fast ability. And then last but not least, we have the AoE heal. It's half mana cost. Speed lane cleanses 1 debuff from each ally, because again, debuffs have been an issue recently, and so I like that I can cleanse them. And then heals more, kind of like Ari's regen. Alright, so yeah, so she's just a big tank with a lot of heal. That's just what she's for. And we have Ari, which I have set for max damage because that increases her damage and her healing, because she's also does heal quite a bit. Her weapons are just her weapons and stuff. She's pretty normal. I'm not going for crit this time since we don't have Yasuo, so it's just kind of base damage and then heals. So it starts with 3 stacks of essence staff, heals a bunch, attack power and heal. Like, she has a ton of heal increase right now. And then attack power, which also increases heal. So she's just maxed for base attack, which she has 6,000, just by the way. And a lot of healing potential. I have her where the orb, I really like this ability now after playing with it last like 2 weeks ago when we had a bunch of dot like damage. So I made it so it gives more essence theft, it plus bleed and poison, so it just does a ton of overtime damage. The idea is just to use this once and then start using other things. Yeah, that's that. I want to have Opus Deception again, so that when I already have the person like dotted a bunch, I can use this just for raw damage. It gives more overcharge, hits 3 times, get more essence theft, and just reduce recovery time like we used to have it. Just an auto attack. It's meant to get overcharge and essence theft. So Guardian Spirit isn't changed, just heals more, applies regen. And 4 turns instead of 3 turns. This ability is mega strong, so yep. Spirit Mins, I think this is the same as I usually have it. Heals more. If it's a power lane, it heals all. And then speed lane can revive, which I think that's going to be really nice, especially paired with Alawi's revive. I shouldn't have to use too many potions. Yep. Her passive, that's where if she gets full essence theft, she gets 5 overcharge. Each essence theft increases the attack power by 1%, which honestly is great because that means the heal is increased. Which is why I didn't go for this one, because like it already increases the heal by itself with the 9% attack power, but then as well as like it does a lot more than just that. It helps her damage. Then we have at the beginning of battle, she starts with 3 stacks of essence theft, so she'll start with 6 at the start, and then anytime she uses essence theft, she'll start with 3 again. So I'm always gonna have at least 3% attack power increase. The crit thing is kind of neat too, but again, I'm not going for crit this week, so like, it's really not that great. And then, last but not least, I wanted somebody that can execute. So I have it to where she can 40% or below. It does a lot more damage. If they're bleeding, poisoned, or sundered, which her debilitating orb can apply, it does more damage to all enemies, and then increases damage on low targets. Yeah. It's not a billion damage, considering her attack power is 6,500 and the ability does less than that. It's a little bit of a letdown, but it should still be enough. That's Ari. A lot of heal, trying to have a lot of damage. She's kind of like a midway between Misfortune and Alawi. And then we have Misfortune, which of course max raw damage so much possible. She's got almost 8,000 attack power. Just a ton of damage. Runes. I tried to max out her attack power. She's got a little bit of haste from this. Obviously, you reduce her recovery time with a killing blow. Attack power. This was just kind of extra. Then decrease attack power on random allies. Crit chance because it was extra, and crit chance because it was extra. Yeah, she's got attack power haste. She can increase attack power with a boon. I didn't look at Ari's. More mana, heals. Why? That's so bad. Whatever. Attack power. And then her. She's kind of like a mix of how I used to play her. I gave her a little tap back. Is more recharged. Oh, that's right. I gave Strut a bit more of a focus this time. So she gets a stack of Strut per active tap buff when she applies tapped. So it doesn't do an extra bit of damage, but it gives Strut. And then it doubles damage when applying tap for the first time. But I also really liked her 2-time. This does more damage. So if I don't need overcharge, basically, if I just want to, like, if I've already applied tap and I just need damage, but I want, like, I don't know, like, it just sounded good. So it does more damage, applies ignite, and it does more damage to poison, bleeding, or ignited. So this kind of applies itself, honestly. And then her passive, she gets 2% crit chance per strut, just because evasion isn't that great. Haste extra per strut because haste is amazing, and then overcharge for the entire team. I thought about using this just because I wanted to use more strut focus stuff, but I really don't want to focus on capping it and keeping it. I'd rather just play normally. So starting with overcharge is going to be nice, just for Alawi to taunt immediately and stuff like that. And then Shredder, because I just love Shredder. I made it to where it gives a stack of Strut, does more damage to targets afflicted with tapped, and then does more damage per stack of Strut. So this is basically Strut focus, except a little bit of tapped. Usually I would go the Sunder, the 9 shots, and one of these two, of course. But I wanted to try the Strut build. Then I have Guns Blazing, where it's cheaper. It heals, which will be nice and like just a bad situation. And also just takes less time to use. Just to max out Strut, you know? I don't know, just to have it. And then Heartbreaker, of course, does more damage. If they are afflicted with tap, it heals Misfortune, so it's another self-heal. And then does damage per stack of Strut. I thought that was like pretty cool. So yeah. She's a mix of what I have been doing with Strut focus. Somewhat. I'm still debating on whether I want the attack power increase. It's 15%, which is quite a lot. I don't know. I'll see. I'll keep an eye on how much I keep Strut like active, and if I can keep Strut active a lot, then maybe I'll go for that. But I'm not sure. Yeah. Sorry that this team show off took a lot longer. I don't know, I wanted to really show you guys what I had going, and also I really feel like this might be the last time I change the team, just in general. So figured I'd go a bit more in depth on what I was doing. Last week we left off. We went to the Atrium of Courage. Then it bugged out once I got to the story thing, so I'm gonna go back there now. It didn't count me as picking up that lore thing, so I'll have to do that. But let's go and see what we can do. I am glad though, because now we get to play as Ari while in the Vasani cave. I feel like that might give us some new things. I'm not really sure. If anything, it makes more sense. Bro, I walked around so I wouldn't have to fight you. Whee! Last week, whenever I had to reset my game because it bugged out, you know, at the last episode, I tried coming back here and this bridge was still gone, so I had no way of actually going through here without restarting my entire game. Again, actually, because I think I want to say I had to restart it just to get back in the game, so that was a bit scary. I was kind of worried I was just soft locked, but I guess it works. Alright, I need to get over to that lore book. This one works. I'm pretty sure we read this last week. Oh yeah, because this talks about the pointing the statues. Yeah. I might be able to just... that's not quite right. That works. Alright, let's see if the game bugs out again. I'm hoping no. Oh wait, I had to tell him. Wait a minute. I don't know if that was active. No, it wasn't active anymore. I tried that actually. We did read this. Just in case, I'm gonna use this. And then I'm gonna save, and then maybe... Oh, of course, when we're not using prom anymore, we get another rune shard. I'm gonna save. That way maybe I don't have to walk all the way back in case it does bug out. I guess let's go ahead and use that book. Boom. The light silos? Nice. Alright, story time.
This memory, I sense fear, pain, the ruination.
Yes, there is much unease here.
So many were lost, and the survivors fled. Their work was left here unfinished. But...
I can rebuild it.
Looks like they kept detailed records, memories. If I could transfer these to my sunstone, I would know everything.
The answers you've been looking for.
If the Vasani were transferring memories into the sunstones, there must be a device capable of doing so nearby.
Hey, it finished. It didn't do that last week. Let's go. I wonder if it's because I like opened this as soon as it like triggered the cutscene, so it broke it. I don't know, but hey, we're good. We're back. The glare of magical energy makes the sigils adorning it difficult to read, but you can still make out the word override. Alright, so we should be able to open that door, but we also have a second light puzzle option. 1 second, real quick. I'm gonna go, like, take a picture of this one. Oh, it closed it? Bro. Wait, so I just can't go over there now, because I'll have to restart my game. Are you kidding me? Why did it close? Why did they do that? I'm gonna be real mad if I have to restart my game just to see this dumb pattern again. Okay, sweet, it's open. Okay. Wow. I guess maybe it was resetting this one is why they did that. Maybe.